everyone, it's Sharana from Payroll Waits, and today I'm going to be reviewing Joker Folie, which is currently playing in theaters. This film is directed by Todd Phillips and it stars Joaquin Phoenix, Lady Gaga, as this film is the follow-up to the 2019 hit Joker. This time around, we find Arthur Fleck, who is currently awaiting trial in Arkham Asylum for his previous crimes in the first film. While he's dealing with his dual personality between Arthur and the Joker, he also discovers true love and the music that is deep inside with him with a new behavior therapy in Arkham Asylum. So for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome, hello, so glad you came, I hope you stay. I'll tell you what I liked about the film, what I didn't like about the film, and is it worth your time or not paying to see Joker Folie in theaters. So, what I enjoyed about this film, okay, y'all, and there's not a lot I didn't enjoy about this film, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you the little things that I did enjoy. I did like the performances. I think there were good performances from Joaquin Phoenix. You know, he picks up from where he left off in the first Joker, and I think he does a fantastic job of Arthur Fleck and Joker and really representing that duality that we see between these two characters as he is really starting to come to terms of what it truly means to be seen now. And, you know, I like this whole idea of looking at the duality of a person. If you look at the Folie I think it's, you know, it means like madness of two, delusions. And as Arthur has to come face to face with his delusions on whether or not, you know, he is the Joker or is he Arthur Fleck. And I do wish that, even though I don't think we spent enough time actually trying to differentiate that throughout the course of this movie, I do like that the film really does try to explore that duality between Arthur and how he is struggling, because in the first time in his life, he is actually being seen by people. There is fame that he has had. There are people that support him and his actions, even though they are not good actions. There are people who actually see, and now he has a fan base, people who worship him, and he's actually having to come to terms with the crimes that he has committed, but also too what his actions have led others to do, or what his actions have inspired others to think. And I do like that you take this character who in the first film, he felt like nobody saw him. You know, all he wanted to do is to be seen, to be treated right. And now you have this character, he is being seen, but now he feels uncomfortable with that as well. And so I like that they introduced that thought and that they follow through with this madness of two as we get this introduction into Lady Gaga's character. I like that Arthur begins to see life in a different way because he has met someone that he thinks that he loves. I like this whole idea of loneliness and how having somebody could change that for you. We saw that you know, he had this attraction, you know, to his neighbor. It was very unhealthy, but him actually having someone that is trying to understand him and someone who potentially loves him. I like how we get to see how that changes Arthur, but also too how that changes what he thinks about the crimes that he has committed as well. So I do like this whole thing with the Folie and how they kind of try to explore that with Lady Gaga and Joaquin's characters. And also too, they also do this because, you know, this is a form, the musical aspect that we have with this film is the form of therapy. As their two characters meet in this music class, you know, they're using this therapy to really lay out their feelings or even try to understand their feelings that they have. Now, whether that works or not, we gonna get into that in the cons, but I understood what y'all was trying to do. I just felt like it was the execution behind what you was trying to do. It just wasn't there, honey. But I will say that Lawrence Sher, cinematographer, did a fantastic job as the first one. I love the look of Joker Folie. I think I love the color palette behind it. It always looks crisp on screen. Definitely would recommend to go see this film at IMAX. Always fantastic looking at this color palette. And also too, like in movies lately, they're always dark and I just be like, honey, I can't see nothing. Like, can I get a little bit of color? I really love how it's still a dark movie. You feel that darkness behind it, but it has such a rich and beautiful color palette that I'm kind of just like, honey, the material is right here, okay? It's right there in front of you. You don't have to keep making us strain our eyes to watch stuff, all right? It can be dark and it can have color at the same damn time, all right? Okay, I'm sorry, I got a little worked up because I'm tired of squinting my eyes. I already need glasses. I don't need to be struggling and straining anymore. Watch this movie and understand that things could look dark and look nice at the same time. Sorry, I just need a moment. Okay, but Also to the production design, Mark Freiberg, who actually is a collaborator with Barry Jenkins a lot, doing production design on a new Mufasa movie. Also worked on If Beale Street Could Talk and the Underground Railroad. I did like the production design, especially when it came into the set pieces of like these musical acts. They felt very grand, but I felt like at the same time, it also felt like this is a set piece that I would see in someone's brain. As we're getting into these musical A, B, C, D, E, F, G, too many selections throughout the course of the film, as you know, Lady Gaga and Joaquin's characters are getting to know one another. I do like that the set pieces, they look nice, but it also feels like something that you could basically create within your own mind. Now, also too, I do like the continuation, even though, as I say, it's kind of a pro and a con. I don't think they focus enough on this. You know, in the first movie, we saw how it focused on how we treat the mentally ill, how the system continues to fail them. And as we get into the courtroom drama aspect of Joker Folie à Deux, we do get to see how, you know, there's tidbits of Arthur's backstory, you know, that aren't really explored, or we're trying to put these crimes on Arthur Fleck, who did commit these crimes. But I think we also need to explore kind of how society and how the system led Arthur down this dark path. I do like that we get to see some of that throughout the course of the trial, as the courtroom drama plays out. I just wish that we could have delved a little bit deeper into it. Now, I don't want to say that me having issues with the movie, it doesn't take it away from the performances as well. I think Lady Gaga does a good job with her character. Do I feel like this is a true Harley Quinn character? No, I don't. That's just the truth, the honest to God truth. But I do feel with the little material that was given to her, because the character is poorly underwritten, she's underutilized in the film, I do think that with what is given, she still has a presence that she brings about her. And I hate that it almost felt like, because this character is underwritten so much, that the only reason that she was brought on was just for the musical, you know, side of her talent. But she's also a great actress as well. And I think that we could have seen even more from her if they actually would have written her character to have it fleshed out a little bit more. Joaquin is always good as Arthur, the Joker. I love watching the duality between these characters in this film. And also to Brendan Gleeson, who ain't ish as a character, but I did like his portrayal as one of the workers of Arkham Asylum. I did enjoy his character, kind of the relationship that he had with Arthur. And you see this character who you know ain't ish, but then, you know, you can tell that he's a character that had dreams of his own, and he kind of hates what he's doing, feels like he's working this dead-end job. He got to deal with all these people. But I like that you can still see that under his terrible, you know, exterior, because I mean, the things that he does, just trash, okay? But I thought Brendan did a really great job of bringing this character to light. But even though those are good things, I didn't like this movie. I just have to be honest, it's not a good movie. While I was watching this movie, literally I was just like, it felt like Todd Phillips said, okay, the first movie, it made over $1 billion. It had all the success, and it's like, okay, girl, good. But if this does good, they gonna ask me to do another film. And I didn't even want to do this film. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it seem like I'm doing something real deep, but it's gonna be a terrible movie. And that's how I would explain Joker Folie à Deux. It is a sequel to a film that was very successful, had critical acclaim, had great fanfare, why did I just struggle with that? But had great fanfare, and then it was just like, okay, but it got a little bit too big, and then people had expectations of us. They thought I was gonna do this again, and how do I recreate this? And it's just like, he just decided, oh, well, instead of recreating the success of the first one, I'm gonna just create a sequel that is really just a rehashing, because honestly, Joker Folie à Deux is really just a recap of the first one, with a little epilogue and a little bit of music attached to that. And it just felt like he wanted to ensure that another Joker movie would never be made, and he would never be asked to do anything in DC. And if that was his intention, I said, baby, you nailed it. You nailed it. Because when I was watching it, I said, I am never going to sit through another one of these movies ever again. And I have to say, one of the biggest criticisms that I have of the movie is the story. You know, Todd Phillips and Scott Silver, you know, they co-wrote the first one. So I was just like, you can't really mess this up, honey. You already laid out the path in the first film. Like, just do what you did in the first one and just come up with a new story and make it better. And I was like, did y'all try? It almost felt like they put the script in Chat GPT and just like took that and said, okay, this is our script. It had all the undertones that I can tell that they thoughtfully thought things out, even with the title of examining the madness between two, the delusions that others have. And I was just like, they kind of start talking about that. And there's something that happened with Lady Gaga's character where I was like, oh, like this is how they're going to like, you know, talk about delusions. And then they just never do anything else with it. And also too, there's no real story. If someone says, Sharana, what is Joker Folie à Deux? It's the first Joker. They just retelling you. Like they just did a recap video and they just called it a movie. And that's just what you got. There's nothing new that this story brings. They literally bring in characters from the previous film and they basically just tell their viewpoints of the story, but it's the same rehashing. We already know what Arthur did. We watched the first dang old movie. I don't need you to tell me again. I need you to give me something new. And that's not what happened. And then I'm not even gonna actually no, let's just talk about it. Is this a musical? Yes, it's a damn musical. I don't know why y'all sitting up here talking about it wasn't a musical. They singing. They got whole little set pieces for this, and the music just didn't slap for me. Now, I don't know when the world decided that they hate musicals. I don't know what's wrong with y'all, because I love me a good musical. I love me some good music in a movie, and I was actually excited. I said, y'all got Lady Gaga? Like, this finna slap, okay? Joaquin did Walk the Line, so I was like, okay, I'm ready. Then we start singing the songs, and I was like, oh, that didn't hit for me. Maybe the next song is gonna be better. And by the time more songs kept coming, it was literally that video when the lady just like, ugh. That was me every time. As soon as they like did the little fade to black and I knew they was gonna cut to a song, I was just like, honey, y'all just gotta give it up. I didn't like the song choices. It's like this old like swing type of jazz music. There's also a moment where, I kid you not, Joaquin started talking like in a black set, okay? Like think like an old Southern pastor, black daddy. Like that's how he started talking. And then at first I was like, hold on. Am I tripping? Or is he like in a black set? And I tried to make eye contact with the other black person to see if we could like have our eyes view like, is he doing what you think he doing? And then like he didn't look at me, so I was just like, okay, maybe I'm just tripping. You tripping, Sharana, you tripping. Everything ain't gotta be a thing. Stop being woke. And then they cut to a gospel song with the organ. And I said, I know you effing lying. And I was just like, I'm done. I'm done. I was done, okay? It was just random. It was just random things happening. And then the most egregious thing of them all happens at the end of the movie, where it implies something that I felt like the movie was kind of hinting towards. And it wasn't until I get to that final scene, I was like, oh my God, like they're really gonna do it. And I was just like, wow. Like you really like played in our faces. Like they really said the madness, the delusion was the audience thinking that we was finna give you a new movie. The delusion was you making the first movie a success in the first dang on place. I really felt like they were laughing at us. Like they said, look at these idiots. These idiots then turned this movie into $1 billion movie and now we got a sequel. They so dumb. Let's give them a taste of their own medicine. And that's what I truly feel like this sequel was. It was a slap in the face. They didn't expect the first one to do that good. And then what they do at the end, they ensure that we are not gonna get another movie. And then not in a way that you think that I'm saying, so don't even take it there, okay? Like I tried to spoil something. But also too, there's scenes missing. People are gonna know this is when you watch the trailer and you watch this, because when I went back to look at the trailer after, I was like, dang, half these scenes not even in the movie. So like, I don't know if there's a different cut of the movie, if they were trying to intentionally throw people off. I don't know, but I'm done talking about this, okay? We not gonna talk about this movie no more. Don't bring us no more Jokers. I don't wanna hear nothing about it. Find some new DC characters to talk about, cause I'm tired, okay, honey? I'm just tired of being bamboozled. Every single time I take my butt to the theater and I think I'm finna get something good, it's just something disrespectful. So what I'm gonna tell you to do with your coins for Joker Folie à Deux is wait. It's wait. Honestly, and this is a true statement, I said this afterwards. I said I would rather sit through Megalopolis again than to go watch Joker Folie à Deux. I would sit in Megalopolis, him saying, in the club. I would sit through that again. Because at least that took ambition and swings, even though they both kind of suffer from the same thing, actually, now that I think about it. Because Joker Folie à Deux does take ambitious swings, especially with this ending, but it just, the execution and the story is just so lacking that I can't even appreciate what you were trying to do. I'm stressed now. So those are my thoughts on Joker Folie I Do. Let me know in the comment section below. Did you see it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Sharona, are you tripping? This is the greatest movie ever? Or like everyone needs to be thrown in jail for their crimes? Let me know in this comment section below. But as always, my name is Sharona from Para Waits, and those are my thoughts on Joker Folie I Do. As always, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I love you guys 3000. And until I see you again, see, this movie had me so upset that I couldn't even get my damn outro right. Bye.